I just shot an entire music video on a camcorder, and this is how it went. So my friend Phil, who's a very talented actor and artist, he hit me up and said he has this idea for a music video. And the whole story is that he's a salesman and he's selling his own heart. And then we'll have some dance scenes and some flashback scenes of a past love story. And he wanted it to look like a old school infomercial. On top of that, he wanted me to film the entire thing on his camcorder. I was just kind of hesitant because I didn't know the workflow. I didn't know how to digitize the footage. I didn't know like how to use these tapes or just like so much about it, and I had no time to test out his camcorder before he got there. He literally got there like the day of the shoot. It just kind of was a little out of my comfort zone, but despite our concerns, he really pushed for using the camcorder, and we shot the whole thing on that camera. Using this camera completely like takes away so much of my normal approach for any video. I use my FX3 and my Sony a7R5 for music videos. So I'm not using any picture profile. I'm not using any different lens options. All of that totally does not apply to this camera. It's just me, the camera, a tripod, and its wild digital zoom feature that these cameras have. It was weird, but at the same time, it was pretty freeing because I wasn't thinking about all these things that I usually do with my main setup. I was just able to really immerse in the story and just focus on my shots. But despite all that, one of the most important tools I feel like you need on every single set is a wireless monitor. Since I wasn't able to monitor through the camcorder, what I did was just have my FX3 set up as I usually have it and have a wireless monitor connecting to that. So I basically had my FX3 as close as I could to the camcorder for some shots, and I was able to show the director so they had an idea of what the shot looked like, and that was really helpful. So day 1 of 3 of the shoot went pretty well. Everyone felt good. I love seeing the style of footage that I was getting from this camcorder. It was like wild to see just us transported like years in the past with this footage. So he had this device that like screen records through the camera, and that footage goes onto a USB stick. But as we were like looking at the footage and as it was getting captured, the screen just kind of like glitched out and we couldn't see anything anymore. And so we unplugged it, looked at the camera, and the tape was just like making a sound that you don't want to hear. And long story short, we like lost a chunk of the footage that we shot that day, which is like literally the worst feeling ever on a shoot. But thankfully, this is just my living room, and we were able to come back here for a day that we already planned to and pick up those shots. Thankfully, we didn't have that issue again. This is footage shot in 2024, but it feels like something that I'm looking at a home video of my childhood. VHS footage is interesting to me because yes, it's very nostalgic, but I feel like when you're trying to shoot something like legit on it, no, I don't really like take it as seriously. It's kind of goofy and it's just kind of like just interesting. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just a unique feeling. It was pretty fun like seeing the range that I had on this camera just with the zoom feature. Like there's some shots where I'm shooting like so far away, like across from the lake, and I'm shooting 2 characters like all the way over, and I'm just like zooming in and getting a tight shot without moving my body or even like changing a lens or anything. And then you can even get some like very comedic, just like tight face up, like close shots that just look so wild every time. And it was just fun. Now that the video is done and we see the VFX, and it just really feels like a old school like infomercial, with just like the text and the VHS feel and just like the crunchiness of the footage. Like it really was the best tool for the job. And that's kind of the point of why I wanted to make this video, because someone like me that works with different artists, even if I'm working with a ton of artists in the same genre, like they're all completely different. And every song and every story and feeling is going to be different. Our job as directors and cinematographers is to choose the best tools for that project. Obviously, my FX3 is my workhorse. I want to use it for everything, but sometimes you just really got to think about what this project really deserves to bring it to life. And when I say using the right tools, I'm not just talking about cameras. I'm talking about like composition too, and lens choices and color choices and wardrobe and just like so many things that you really need to think about to give the project what it needs to be in its best form. Well, that's all I have for the internet today. I hope you got something out of this, and I really want you to watch the official video. I have the link in my description, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, definitely subscribe for more videos like this. Check out my Instagram, and I'll see you guys soon.